grumble, grumble, grumble. Path of Exile! Okay, well, that confirms it. There was somebody up there. Okay. Yes, as you can see, I am back at the Warden's Chambers. And this isn't going to be a very long section here. I'm having to leave here for a bit. Do a bit of the shopping, yes. But I wanted to come back. Quick do an update here. One, I leveled up Firestorm on my way here. The lower and the upper levels of the prison both randomized on me. I had to run through as many creatures as I could just to get back here in a timely fashion. I basically skipped the entire level. Which is kind of, you know, bad that I can do that, but saved me a lot of time, so I'm not going to complain. At least until I can find out if the randomization every time I go in there is intentional or a bug. I have a feeling it's a bug, as I shouldn't have to randomize a level I've already cleared if I'm in the same play session. As you can see here, this level has been re-randomized. And that concerns me. Am I going to have to fight I almost called him the Butcher. Yes, there he is, Brutus. So all the items that I left behind are gone. And that's kind of frustrating. The good news is, Brutus being the first boss, or sub-boss, I don't think he's the act boss, is pretty easy. He's got two basic mechanics. One, he melees. Two, he does a forward shockwave of blood. Look at that, he splashes blood everywhere when he does that. That's kind of cool. That's gory. I like it. So, he's pretty basic, pretty simple. Melee characters will probably be all up in his grill, and yes, I just said all up in his grill. Oh, come on. Ranged characters will want to be constantly avoiding him, plus that lovely shockwave. Ooh, ow. Let's go ahead and use one of those. So, I've learned my lesson. I am not going to portal out of here after this fight. I'm just going to grab what looks good and go. Alright, I grabbed a couple white items because I'm trying to get more identify scrolls. I'm very saddened at how few of those I have. Okay, anything good? That's strength. Okay, let's grab stuff that's going to be fairly easy to carry. Is there another helm or something like that? Well, there's a wand. I should probably get that. Alright, let's start moving these around. Alright, well, we're good there then. Oh hey, a cask for some... There we go. Try and get my identify scrolls up. What about this though? Hold on. Let's start moving some things around. I think I can fit one more item in if I do this. Bingo. Alright, let's finish this part, shall we? One other thing that happened too while I was going through, I did get a level up for the Detonate Dead, but Detonate Dead actually requires dexterity as well as intelligence. So it's either something I'm going to have to wait to level up for a few times, or one of those things that might be better suited for the Dex Intelligence class, which I believe Dex Intelligence... That wasn't the Duelist, he was Strength Dex. Dex Intelligence was a Shadow. So yeah, it makes kind of sense for the Shadow, since he's kind of the assassin guy. Ooh, Prisoner's Gate. And this is how we get out, hopefully. Yes, a waypoint. That is my way out of here. Thank you. So let's go back to town. we'll do a quick test. We're going to see if I go back, if things randomize again. So, go ahead and sell the things I don't care about, such as the... Well, the yellow items I should at least identify, but... Longbow, gauntlets... Don't care about the helmet. So what I get back for them is better if I identify them, but of course that's not going to do me any good if I run out of identify scrolls. So there's definitely a balance that you have to play in this game. You have to really decide, is it worth it to identify these items and possibly get some really nice scrolls? Or not scrolls, but orbs? Because each of these actually is very nice. Has benefits to them that I like. I mean, I could re-roll most of my gear here to try and find something really good, but I could also get myself doing that. So yeah, it's very interesting. You have to really think about it, because as you can see, these get less and less. And oh, I didn't even realize the level up gem is down here in the inventory as well. I mean, what I could do, you know, is just go around and farm a low-level area, just grab a whole bunch of items, or, you know, use the waypoint system to basically grab a whole bunch of items and go. What's this? That's the prisoner's... Oh, interesting. Look at that. The prisoner's gate, and it goes off. I'm guessing that is the end of Act 1. Alright, let's look at what I've got here first and foremost. 1% gain his life. That's usually not a lot. Strength and intelligence. +1 to the level of fire gems. Increase lightning damage. Adds lightning damage. Life gain when you kill an enemy. Fascinating. Wow, I'm not getting a lot even for a rare. Just a few alteration shards. Strength and int. That's more of a... so the Templar is more the guy that's going to use staves. Staffs. Stavi. Alright, and we've got a nice yellow wand here. 12% increased spell damage, so that's great. It's got 2 blue sockets, so I'm going to lose that green, which is fine, to be honest with you, because I can't level up Detonate Dead anymore. Noticing my gear is having a decided lack of green items, but I am a magic user. Intelligence is blue, so I'll probably go ahead and do this. And this is +1 to lightning gems. I don't have any lightning gems, but it's increased spell damage. Oh, 4% increased fire damage as well. Attack speed and maximum mana. So yes, this is definitely an item I am going to want. So let's go ahead and pull. Well, accept the offer. Do that. And here, I'm just going to take that off, take that off. Go into the stash, put this extra green that I don't need anymore, so I no longer have Detonate Dead. Just go ahead and get rid of that then, since that's got green on it. Alright, sell. This is the most interesting inventory system I've had the pleasure of working with. I kind of like it, but it can be kind of confusing. Alright, let's just see if we can get out of here. Oh, and since I got it, I'll show you Power Siphon here. There it is, just kind of a small flash before the ability. Grants a power charge, and the power charge description, so since I don't have anything else that really uses it right now, see that it seems a little buggy because right there I hit an enemy with it. They got the ability on it, and they died almost immediately after, and I didn't get a charge. So there's my 2 charge. You can see in the upper left-hand corner that each one of these lasts about 10 seconds. And each charge increases my critical strike. As of right now, I'm pretty sure I can only have 3. It's tricky because it costs quite a bit of mana to use. Well, compared to Fireball? Yeah. It actually costs more mana than Fireball. Which is kind of disappointing considering it doesn't do... What does it do? 1 to 10 lightning, 6 to 13 physical. So anywhere between 7 and 23, whereas my Fireball is 20 and 31. See, I did it there, and it died shortly thereafter, but... And then later, of course, I'll have other abilities that will... I will get other abilities that will be enhanced by having more shards. Ah, yes. Good old Scrolls of Wisdom dropping randomly. Okay, oh, end of the act, but apparently there's still a lot of exploration to do. Not what I was anticipating. What do we have here? Void Eyes. Oops. Trying. There we go. Trying to get some shards. Yeah, see, and I've lost it. And it's gone. I guess he just burned to death. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Not sure how I feel about rare monsters not really dropping anything. I mean, I've just kind of been taught from Diablo that monsters that have cool sparkly effects will often drop something for you. Okay. Haha! Yes. Feed my critical strike rating. Level up! Fireball! So does this not level? Power Siphon? Hold on. Wow. It does, but it's apparently slow. Look at this. Most level 1 gems level up very quickly. It needs 9,000 experience. What is... It needs half the experience of a level 5. Wow, and see here, Fire Trap to get to level 5 needs 8,000. This to get to level 2 needs 9,000. I'm hoping that this Power Siphon is going to be worth it. I really need to get some going into the passive areas for that. In fact, let's look at what I had here. It wasn't so much over here, it was right around here. +1 maximum power charge and 2% increased spell damage per power charge. So that would give me 6%. Since it's really hard to maintain charges right now, I'm not sure I'm going to be carrying enough to want to go into that. I'm going to be honest. It's been very difficult keeping these charges. I'm hoping there's other ways of doing it. Alright, let's try and get through here. Run, run away! Oh, the Burning Menace. Yes, okay. Yes! I should have known that was going to happen. I tried to be quick. Being quick usually leads to death. Is it random? It is random. Alright. I will move on to a point. So let me end here. The deaths have slowed down everything. My apologies. That's what I get for trying to move fast, and then of course I see something big. Try to kill it before I worry about it killing me, and then of course I just take too much damage in the process. Oh well. These are the trials and tribulations of trying to move quickly through a game I don't know yet. Know that well, anyway. It's been pretty nice. I like it. So far up to the end of Act 1. At least it looks like we're getting to the end of Act 1, if the map is anything to believe. You know, there is... it looks like another side area that we can go to, and then the other way is off. Just off the map. Foosh. Okay, so... alright, well I will return and try and get a bit more footage and find a bit more stuff to talk about as we go. I'll see you on the next one. Ooh, doggy. We're back. So, unfortunately, this place has reset on me 2 times already, and one time that I was fairly close to getting through it, the servers went down. Yeah, so I've been kind of stuck in this spot for a while. I'm hoping to eventually get out of Act 1. I was really hoping to maybe actually see the end boss of Act 2 before the end of the beta weekend, but I'm not sure if I keep getting set back if that'll happen. Go this way. So we do have to try and find a way around here, which if you look at the map you can see it's now divided, so we have to go down this way and find another way up. So yeah, I thought I was close to the end, but got a bit further to go. What passive should I go into? Oh yes, I can get my Firewalker, 12% damage and fire resistance. Let's do that. Okay, still no respec points since the last time. I only had 2 at one point. Well, I think I found the reason why everything is resetting on me, and I think this is a beta only, or at least a beta weekend only issue, because closed beta will still be going on after this beta weekend, obviously. And they've had to make some changes to things just for this beta weekend, just because of the sheer number of people. And one of those things, I think they reduced the instance reset timer. In the tooltip, the instant reset timer is set to 8 to 15 minutes. So what that tells me is that if I spend 8 to 15 minutes away from a zone that I've already cleared, it's going to reset on me. Because I believe every single one of these dungeons is considered an instance. Like this place that I'm in right now is an instance. Which, of course, explains why you see no one else in the world. You know, I'm not going to run across anybody because this is instance. This is my own game. The beautiful thing is that means that I don't have to worry about being PvP'd if I really don't want to. 3 sparks. Oh, I was out of mana, so that didn't refresh. Shame. So, that's kind of unfortunate if that's the case, simply because it means I can't stay out of here that long. I can't go back to town for very long, because I think I have had this reset on me while I was in town once. Now this guy here has nearly killed me multiple times. He is quite tough. Lots of fire and burning damage, and as you can see, he kind of tears through my shields in one hit. And if he doesn't, he burns them off me for a bit. So I'm going to try and use my ice cutter here, as it's a quick firing ability, and since he is fire enchanted, I imagine my fireballs will not do as much damage. Hard to say though. They're doing a pretty good amount of damage to him, but yeah. He's nearly killed me a few times. Being unprepared for him is not a good idea. Owl. It's one of those fist weapons. Okay, carved 1 for 12% and only 1 socket. 9 and 10 and... Alright, well these are good for trying to get good for trying to get those intelligence, or not wisdom scrolls. I'm wondering if, when I used my portal and came out, if that's why my portal disappeared on me, because I had been out of that area for too long. Highly unfortunate, honestly, having killed Brutus. And then having to go back and kill him again. Especially since there were items on the ground that I missed out on. I gotta say, having 3 zombies isn't that bad. They die fairly quickly still, but they're definitely keeping enemy attention off of me. Zombies, where are you going? This thing has a fairly high chance to freeze at close range. Oh, there you guys are. Jeez, just leave me around like that. Okay. So what leveled up? Fire trap. And I need 18 dexterity to get the next fire trap. So that makes sense. Once again, the trap seems like something the Shadow would use, being something of an assassin, intelligence, dexterity combination user. I can eventually use it. Let me just go ahead and see here. I've got 14 dex. I need 18, so it'll take a few levels, but I could technically use it later. Alright, what did I pick up? I picked up Puncture level 1. And I can't even use this one because it requires 16 dex. So this is obviously a higher level skill. Yeah, in fact it requires level 10. And it gets 9,000 experience to level up. I wonder, how far along is my power siphon? Still has a while to go. So what is this? Punctures the target, causing them to bleed. While bleeding, they take damage over time, based on how much damage was dealt in the initial hit. The bleeding deals more damage while they move. Puncture works with bows, daggers, claws, or one-handed swords. That's pretty cool, so it gives you multiple options. Works with bows, so it works well with rangers, it works well with the assassins, or, sorry, the shadows. And I find that interesting that it hurts more if they move, so I guess that could be a PvP thing. If you're ranged, if you're bleeding, you might want to not move, depending upon what's going on in combat. So it lasts for 5 seconds. Bleeding targets take 4.2% of the physical damage they were dealt per second. And they take an additional 20.8% of the physical damage dealt per second while moving. So, yeah, that goes up quite a bit if they move. So lots of interesting skills and abilities here. I really would like to find some augments. I think that would really start to make things really interesting for me. And that's just it. Some of the ramblings I had earlier, you would think that maybe I don't care for this game, and that's not true. It's just I noticed there's a difference in how I feel while playing. And it's not that I was disliking the game, it's just that I noticed something wasn't quite feeling the same. The game was still keeping my attention, but there was a factor decidingly missing. And I'm thinking that factor was just I had spent a long time between when I last got some kind of ability or something that changed up the gameplay. The loot on the ground has been... I find it interesting that they have hybrid pieces. I like that. I think that's a really great idea. But the interesting loot choices that were there in the beginning have kind of dwindled out, and almost everything looks the same to me. But here's the thing. This is just Act 1. And if there's multiple difficulty levels, this is just the first part of the game. I mean, it's kind of like playing the Diablo 3 beta. I can't base too much of the loot or too much of the difficulty or whatever on this alone. In fact, actually, this has been quite difficult. Multiple deaths here just in Act 1. If I would have been a hardcore character, I would have been knocked down in the leagues right away. I think the hardcore league, the league rush or whatever, the one where you've got a certain amount of time, in the beta it's 2 hours. I don't know how long it would be when it finally comes out. I think that's going to be the replacement of the leagues that the league ladders that we all know in Diablo 2, where they have a ladder of characters. You're all racing to get to the highest level you can in a certain amount of time, and then those ladders reset every season. They still reset the Diablo 2 ladders to this day. It's kind of nice. Alright, let's go ahead and go into my passives. Where do I want to go? I can do even more fire damage. Start to work on intelligence. Shield block chance, huh? That's kind of nice, actually. Oh wow, look at this. 18 fire... I could go over to the left and go into fire damages if I wanted to. That's pretty cool. Hey, look! Wand elemental damage. Physical damage and accuracy with wands. Chance to shock enemies on hit with lightning. It's pretty cool. I might end up going in this route, in this direction, honestly, because it's got the minions on it. What's this? Enemies you hit with elemental damage temporarily get 25% resistance to that element and minus 25 resistance to other elements. Oh, wow, now there's a gameplay changer. So that would mean if I spam something with my ice cutter, they would start taking more damage with my fireballs. And that's pretty nice, actually, because it keeps me from spamming one ability over and over again, which is honestly what I've been doing lately. And I think that's the other thing that's been feeling the tedium of that. You know, my fireball is really the best ability I have. Power Siphon is okay, but it's a high mana cost for not as much damage, and those power sparks don't last hardly at all. So I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to go in this direction where I was going to get a maximum power charge, because I hardly ever get 3. Unless I can find another ability that gives me more. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I think I'm going to go ahead and get my minions up. I'm going to go ahead and increase their damage. And then I'll increase their life. And we'll do that. That feels good. I like my minions. Let's make them a little stronger. And then next time I get a reward, if it'll let me get skeletons again, I'll get it. 1, the ship graveyard. Let's see where I am here. Oh, and there's 2 sub-areas still. Wow. Act 1 is proving to be huge. Whoa. What is that? Like this mist of vulnerability. Take more physical damage, huh? Haha, shatter! Rise from the depths. Rise from your grave. I sometimes wonder where they try to run off to. Really, they have minds of their own. One thing I think this game is really excelling at so far, though, is the areas, or the design of the areas and the details of the maps. These are very nice-looking maps. There's good graphical detail. Hello? A quest out in the middle of nowhere. I'll take that. That's exactly the kind of thing I've been wanting to see. Been hoping for, actually. I would have been surprised if you hadn't recognized me. Wave Tamer, Pirate Bane, the only man to ever find and claim the Allflame, the fire of eternal life. Captain Sigmund Fairgraves, at your service. So what am I doing here apart from blowing my own bugle? I am marooned, my punishment for falling for a pair of pretty blue eyes. Stuck fast in the filthy mud of Wereclass thanks to one sultry little save glow. I liberated her from the flesh pits of Tatharus. So grateful was she that she repaid me in full, with sleight of hand and swift feet, turned the coat of my first mate, took the Allflame, and with it the wind right out of my sails. Find my Allflame, I beg of you. Until I feel its warmth again, I am trapped here, languishing until the sun sets for the very last time. So, we must find this gentleman's Allflame. Question is, where is it? Well, that's for us to find out, isn't it? Nice. So, what you didn't see there, because there were a few cuts of that. Why can I not? I guess I can't raise a zombie from that kind of corpse. Yes, my dry reading skills are terrible still. I think I'm just going to learn to take a few cuts and try again, and not worry about dry reading live. Either that or just not read. We'll see. Dear God, what is with this guy's regeneration? Oh, okay, there we go. Sheesh. I had to pretty much ignore the fact that I was taking damage and just keep hitting him. Oh dear. Man. Lots of damage. It's like an instantaneous hit too. I'm like not seeing anything fired at me, it's just hitting me. And none of the monsters here are leaving me corpses except for these guys. Freeze! Oh, come on. And when they shatter, they won't let me res zombies. son, I am disappointed. Alright, so you're all going to pay and die horribly through fireball damage. More unique monsters here. Alright, let's get some stacking traps here. There you go. Alright, so what's leveling? Power Siphon, here we go. 125 with a Culling Strike. Let's take a look at what it is now. Fires one projectile, main hand. Let's look at the actual rune here. 4% increased physical damage, 125 base. Culling Strike. Okay. What I think might help with that is if I could get it combined with some kind of augment rune. Okay, I think I need to go and get some... I've got 7 portal scrolls, I don't mind using one. It just means I have to be quick. Siren dwells in the caves beyond the wrecks. I've lost too many friends, her sticky sweet words. Sticky sweet words. Huh. So, a new quest. I had to come back to town to find out there was a new quest. Yeah, looks like someone else ran into the same issue there that I ran into. My portal just closed on me. Okay, life gain when enemy hit. Is this a, oh, that's a claw weapon, so let's just get rid of my claw weapons. Spirit Bone Shield. Ooh, 15% increased damage, huh? Oh, I think I'm gonna have to try that. Can't even use this puncture. All it's worth is scroll fragment. Alright, I'll hold on to it for now. Amulet with strength, no thank you. Alright, let's identify this thing, shall we? I have 15 scrolls. 13% increased block and stun recovery, maximum life, and 15 spell damage. That works, honestly. Go ahead and... Oh, really? Requires level 15. Okay. Awesome, that's fine. Put it in here with the other item that I can't use. Because of the strength requirement. What level am I? 14. One more level. Portal. So yeah, apparently I have to come back to town in order to find out there's quests. So whenever I go into a new area, I might want to go back just to kind of see what's there. My question is, and it's something I'll have to try and look into, is if I complete one of these quests without going back to town, do I still get the quest and the credit for the quest, even though I didn't originally pick it up? So, for example, in Diablo 2, right? Diablo 2, they had the same thing where you had quests, you'd have to go back to town to pick up those quests, but usually when you turned one in, they gave you the next one right away. They didn't wait for you to go to another area. In this game, they don't give you the next quest until you get to that area. So I honestly kind of wish they would change that. I would like them to actually give you the next quest after you've turned in the first one, before you even get to that next area. That way you know why you're going into that region and that there's a quest there. In fact, that was part of the confusion I had previously. I was going through a new area. I thought I was getting closer to the end of the act than I really was. And turned out there really was a quest, I just hadn't gone back to pick it up. Oh jeez. Yeah, I used that to... Oh, those things are nasty. And I can't avoid those projectiles at all. They're not even... They're technically not projectiles. They're just there. Alright, the coves. Which one is which? The Siren in her lair. I still need to find the Emperor's Road. Find the mythical lantern, the All-Flame. It should be somewhere near the ship graveyard. Okay, so that means it should be where I am. Here, right? Yeah, so... I found the cove. There's apparently 2 exits out. Okay, that thing needs to die. Oh, 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 ow, 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 ow. Yeah. These... I suppose you would call them fodder. Well, the blue ones aren't fodder, but the normal fodder enemies can kill you quite easily in this game. Wow. I have to be really careful. I have to utilize my class capabilities, which is, in this case, I have a shield, right? To play effectively, something I'm going to have to do is basically try and keep myself out of combat for a brief moment to let my shields replenish. Now, in the case of that one unique monster that had a high regeneration rate, that wasn't exactly possible. I had to basically pound him until he died. Ah, Ship Graveyard Cave. I bet you that's where the All-Flame is. I hate losing my zombies. Oh, Shazbot. Oh my goodness! What was that? Monster level 14 in the ship. Yeah. Oh no. That means everything up to where I've been has been reset, isn't it? Oh, and there's a waypoint in the ship graveyard. Please tell me that I can go back here and not have to reset. Ah! No. Oh. Man. Crap. Okay. I guess we'll be back when I get back there, eh?